go. God dang it. They gonna hear my mouth tomorrow. They gonna hear my mouth tomorrow, man. I'm like, this is unnecessary. But
Man,
nevertheless, man, we apologize for the inconvenience, but we're here now. So I have Angels blessed to carry this interview for at least the next 30 minutes to an hour. But anyways, my brother, welcome to Off the Cuff Radio YTV Collabo. I am King Eric, the media assassin. And I got this young man here, young NTG. Tell the world about yourself.
man, I'm an artist, you know what I'm saying? Based in Hercules, California right now. Just doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? Son of Crazy Bone. Definitely just trying to make my own lane in this thing.
Yes, sir, man. You got the EP that you dropped last year called Sleepless Nights. Like what made you name it that?
It was just the name came from how the album came about, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot of grind. There was a lot of late nights up with the homies, you know what I'm saying? Crafting the beats and just coming it came from just having a lot of good times, bro. You know, we was just enjoying ourselves while we was making the music.
Now, out of all those albums that you did, you think you did about three projects. Was this the most fun?
Um Yeah, I'd say so just because it was like we was doing it a lot of it like in person. Like with All In with Sci-Fi and my other album, which is a lot of different producers. It was kind of just like beats being sent to me and I'm recording over them. But that one was fun because we was really kind of just getting creative with it. Like one of my friends was playing the guitar live and doing stuff like that. Just, made it an interesting, unique sounding project.
Yeah, you just start finding those parallels and you start getting the whole supporting cast involved. And
Yeah.
plus, you started rapping in 2020.
I started rapping in I want to say 2015.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And you going into that journey, that's like a 10-year leap into growth, development, and understanding how this business works.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a lot. You learn a lot over the time when you just doing it, throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks.
So, and you coming in 2015, man. What was your moment where you was like, yo, I can do this shit. Like I can get in there and start rapping with the lion, tigers, and bears, so to speak. You know what I mean? What made you think like, okay, this is my passion. I'm ready to do this.
I mean, I always believed in myself, you know what I'm saying? When whatever it was, before that it was I was trying to make it to the NBA, you know what I'm saying? Hurt my
Oh,
knee, you know what I'm saying? So I pivoted, but it's I don't know, I just always felt like I could rap. We always would write raps in school, like even back in middle school and stuff like that, and I just always felt like my raps was cool. And then when I started doing it, people was telling me like you could actually rap, you could actually do something with it. So I just kept going and pushing it and seeing how far I could take it.
and you in your journey, you trying to find your sound because you being the son of a legend and everything. People always want to pigeonhole you, like they want
Yeah.
to make it like, oh, he's gonna sound like his pops and everything. He gonna do everything his pops. But what was that a key of making you like? Look, I gotta sound like me. I gotta find an identity separate from that.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, they legends, and it's funny because I kind of do something similar. It's like I got the auto tune on, or I'll do the melodic little singing thing, but I'm kind of rapping fast. I kind of do something similar, but yeah. I mean, I always want to pay homage, because they legends, but definitely, I always thought about making sure that what I was doing was based on me and what I like and my influences and you know what I'm saying? Just making sure I'm being an individual and not trying to portray something that I feel like people would latch on to because of who, my pops is.
Big shout out to YTV. Yes, indeed. YTV, off the cuff radio exclusive. Y'all getting it first right here.
Yeah.
You're getting it first right here. So, and you going into your musical journey, was there any other musical influence that you had besides for your dad?
Yeah, I think the SoundCloud wave and everything that was going on, like when I was growing up, like around the time when I started rapping, like a lot of artists like Future and Future's not really a SoundCloud rapper, but kind of like the melodic trap sound when
Yeah.
I was coming up. And I always listened to the classics. my mom always make sure I got a healthy balance of old school and you know what I was listening to. She didn't want to play me anything too crazy, so I'd hear like positive pop, you know what I'm saying, kind of uplifting Kanye songs or something like that until I got into my own kind of lane with it. But definitely that's the foundation for sure.
For sure. And then we talking about as you craft yourself, what made you name yourself Young NTG?
NTG stand for Nate the Great. That's just something always people call me. It's you know based off the book, but I don't know. That's just kind of my name that I came up with when we really started. I was like Nate the Great NTG. I kind of thought it sounded cool, so I was just like, you know what, let's rock with this, and it kind of stuck.
Yeah, man. I ask everybody that, man, because the name got to stick out. Like it got to be like it sets you out from the pack, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah,
And you learning your developing your craft. Tell the people the importance of also knowing how to deliver on stage, man. Like the stage presence aspect of being an MC.
definitely. I mean, you think about it, a lot of your money that you get is going to be coming from your shows, and in order to make people want to come to your shows and you know want to come back, it's going you got to deliver them a good performance. You know what I'm saying? That's really what's going to bring your music to life, and it's going to make a lot of lasting memories for people that they gonna always rock with you and they gonna want to keep coming back. So you definitely got to develop your stage presence for sure.
Stage presence, breath control. A lot of shit goes into being a rapper, man. Straight
Yeah,
up.
all that, all that.
You know, you studying all the greats and everything. It kind of even going back to with me, man. I'm like, man, look, growing up on listening to your pops and growing up by everybody else in that era, I'm like, man, look, I'm not cut to rap with these niggas. That's not me. I mean, I can't rap, I can't flow. I'm gonna stick to the content. I'm gonna stick to the producing. But see, we live at a time now. Anybody is a damn rapper now, man.
Yeah,
It's an open ass lane
yeah, that's
for
real.
what? For good and bad. Like right now, it's just like everybody could be a rapper. Like it could just go on the internet. There ain't had to be no requirements.
Yeah, that's real. What it does do though is it makes it you got to really stand out, like, because there's a lot of people doing trying to do what you're probably trying to do. So you really gotta, if you really want to make it, you got to go hard and you just got to be the best.
Yeah, and on top of that, with things evolving and changing as well. But you know, there's a lot of good things going on with today's market.
Yeah,
Um, the good thing though, people, I want to ask you a question about streaming. Now, you know, a lot of people have their questions about that. They have their doubts about that, about how the back end is. But in most cases, it's also going to be very good because you're putting your music out there and you get noticed. Has it benefited you?
um, I can't really say I made and I had enough streams to say it benefited me or didn't. I think
Yeah.
it's one of them things where like with technology, things is always going to change and innovate. You got to think about it for the consumer, like to be able to get all the music that you want on just one $10 a month little streaming service is probably is way more convenient than having to go out and buy everything. So we just got to change with the times. It's we still figuring it out. You know, maybe we got to put out more music. Maybe we got to go direct to consumer, but it's different now. You know what I'm saying? It's a different game for sure.
Absolutely. And you know how the game changed was when people started really putting out more so they got to show more so of yourself. They start releasing like DVDs, they start releasing merch, they start putting out all different forms of content so that way you got to identify with the consumer because being a rapper couldn't just get it done no more. Like you got to sell the lifestyle.
Yeah, that's facts. You definitely people got to buy into you. You know what I'm saying before they buy into your music. A lot of the time, that's definitely true.
Yeah, the
What's this?
personality got to tell the story.
Yeah, facts.
Now coming into the game right now, man, you worked on your first EP. What was that like getting that done, man? That experience.
Um, man, it was just music we was putting together over a little period of time. We wasn't even really thinking about it too much. You know, we was just making the music, and then you know, eventually at some point we kind of looked back at it and we was like, we got a little project here. So you know, we kind of just moved from there and you know, tried to get it out, get it all together.
And so, who's some of the producers that you worked with in the past? Because you know, want to put their information out there because they may need a look as well, especially if they dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's some of the producers and artists you have featured on your project?
So this last one was produced by my homie Shock Humor. I got him tagged in the post and everything like that. That's just one of my homies from out here. You know what I'm saying? I got introduced to him through my other friend that I went to school with. And he did beats. So we kind of just ever since we kind of met and locked in, we just been cooking up songs. And them songs was from like 2019, 2020. Around that time, we was both in school and doing just working and doing shit like that. On the project, so All In is produced by Sci-Fi the Chemist. We linked up through doing TL stuff. Like he was working with Pops on his album at the time, and he reached out to me and we started collabing, and we ended up cooking up a whole album. We got some new stuff too that's about to come out. And then other than that, it's like producers that had just hit me up, like Red Rum, Voltronic Source, Voltronic Force, like my homie Miami. That's one of Busy Bone nephews. Um, yeah, just all around, definitely a lot of dope producers, man, tapping in.
That was trip, man. Is like the Bone family done branched out to where even the offsprings are rapping, and not even whack rapping at that. You know what I mean? Because and ain't no disrespect, man, but a lot of rappers got a lot of whack rapper kids. So you guys are pretty much been groomed for success, so to speak, because y'all came after the greats and you learn from the best.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of us too, man. It's every one of them got some kids that's rapping and doing their thing for sure. So we definitely
Now,
deep.
now, have you personally felt any type of pressure to uphold that legacy, or do you just focus on your own thing and trying to carve your own niche?
I think it's always gonna be pressure, you know what I'm saying, when you come behind somebody that people have so much respect for. But I think, one thing that I always try to remember is in the 48 laws of power, man, you can't be trying to fill the shoes of another great man, you know what I'm saying? It's the only way I could really be respected and accepted in this thing is if I come out and do my own thing. So, it's always gonna be pressure just to perform and, bring out quality. But, I try to just keep my mind focused on, taking the next step that's in front of me.
Now, and dealing with with your pops being crazy bone and everything, do you ever get to him some advice on how to deal with the music business?
Do I get advice from him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Anytime I think that he sees something that I'm doing that, he might have some game for me, he'll definitely drop it on me. Like early on, like stage presence and things like that. He was giving me advice and, just he got a lot of knowledge of what to do and not to do. So, it's definitely he's definitely somebody that's good to, consult when it comes to this type of stuff.
Absolutely, man. Especially when these guys come from the trees, because you come from the tree, they come from the tree of Easy E and Ruthless. So it's only that foundation getting passed down. The knowledge reigns supreme, as KRS One would say, and it goes down to generation.
That's
Got to
fact.
keep them gems,
Yeah, that's facts, man. I'm soaking up all the game I can.
and it's rare to get these days, man. So in your journey, everybody go through doubts at times, man. Like because this is a business, it's a rough, conniving, cutthroat ass business, man. Like what makes you stay confident and keep your head above water during even the what you consider the down times of this shit.
Man, just having faith that, if I put the work in and I keep going, I don't give up, I don't stop, that something gonna come of it.